Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to another one of my videos. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the first time I ever tried the sticky icky. So yeah, let's get right into it. I was probably 15 when I first tried it. Pretty young, and I would definitely not recommend any of you guys partake in that at such a young age. So me and my friend Dave, same guy from my first video, it's not his real name, but we're going with it. We were, hanging out, having a good time like we always do. And we decided, we want to do something fun and something we've never done before. And so, we were like, we heard a lot of, older kids talking about it. And we were like, why not? It can't harm us doing it one time. And so we both searched our phones, texted our friends who partaked in that, and we finally found the plug. All right, and now this guy, he had some pretty good stuff, and we would continue buying from him for a while. Very trustable guy, and he pretty much served my whole town. Everybody knew him, and so we hit him up. We were very scared, obviously, your first drug deal. And we were trying to sound cool, and we didn't know if he would, sell to us because we were so young, but luckily he was just after that bag. He did not care about our age. And so we set up, a meet time later in that day, and it was in a couple hours. And so we were pretty excited but really nervous, and we were just trying to pass the time. And in my town there is a park, and behind the park there's woods, and if you go down there's a really big creek that a lot of people went to. There's a tree in the middle of the creek that used to have a rope swing. When all this happened, the rope swing was still there. So that's pretty much where we were at all times, doing whatever. And so we bought 2 pre-rolls and 2, what are they called? 2 vapes. I'll try to remember what they're called for later on in the story. Puff bars, yeah. Puff bars. So we bought 2 pre-rolls and 2 puff bars, and we were pretty happy about that. And so after a while of us just chilling down at the creek, doing our own thing, we got a message that he was on his way. And I'll just tell you guys, my heart was beating out of my chest. Like, I was so scared. I thought this guy was going to be some badass kid who didn't give a fuck. But yeah, so we were both pretty nervous, as I think most people are. And after like 20 minutes, he finally got there, and we came up and met up with him. And I sent my friend over, Dave, because he has had a beard since he was 14. So he looked older, and I sent him over there to get it because, well, frankly, I did not want to. I was very scared. And so he comes back and he got the goods. And we're pretty excited. So, and yeah, by this park, there is a bridge for trains, the same train from my first story. Same exact spot we actually got on the train. And if you go under the bridge, that's where most of the people in my town go to smoke, because it's pretty secluded. It's not really an obvious way to get down there. You have to kind of just know. And yeah, so we go down there and we see a couple of our friends, and we're like, yo, we say what's up, and we're having a good time. And I pull out the 2 pre-rolls. I'm like, you guys ever tried weed before? And they're like, nah, man, nah, we don't do that stuff. And I was like, you guys want to try it with us? And they're like, you know what? Yeah, let's try it. And so I'm like, did anybody got a lighter? And luckily, my one friend, we'll call him Max, he always had a lighter. I don't know why. He didn't smoke or nothing, but he just carried a lighter around. Maybe he thought it made him cool. for some reason. I don't know. But he pulls out his lighter and, you know, we start hitting it. I go first, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. This whole pre-roll, I did not know I had to inhale. I was just hitting this shit and blowing it out, thinking I was getting high. And all my other friends, besides Dave, because he was doing the same thing as me, we did not know we had to inhale. And so this whole time, they're getting fried. They're having a great time giggling, and I'm like, I look at Dave and I'm like, yo, are you feeling this at all? And he's like, nah, bro, to be honest, I'm not. And I was like, man, we must have some pretty high tolerances. Come to find out, later on in that day, my friend seen me hitting it, and he was like, yo, you know you gotta inhale that, right? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you have to breathe in to actually, you know, get high. And I was like, no way. So me and Dave wasted a whole pre-roll. And we kept the second one just for ourselves so we didn't have to share it. And we went back to Dave's house, and we had the bright idea of smoking it in his room. And you may be thinking, oh, what a bunch of morons. We did not realize how stinky it would get. It was some good stuff, right? So we smoke it, and after we're done, we're both obliterated. We're just so high, just having the time of our lives. And he puts the little rest of it that's left in his trash can. That's right. He put it in his trash can after it was just burnt and smoked. So it's just stinking up his whole room. And we go through and we spray cologne and perfume and whatever we can find to try to mask the smell. And so we go outside and we go to the park, and we're having a good time with all of our friends that are there. And we're playing some basketball, swinging on swings, and just doing whatever you do at a park. And later in that day, we go back home, or to his house. I used to go there all the time, so, I mean, it was pretty much like my second home. And yeah, we get back to his house, and his mom immediately starts questioning us. She's like, what were you guys doing earlier? And we were like, oh, nothing, just hanging out, you know. And she was not buying it. She was like, there's a really weird smell in here. And we're like, what? What are you talking about? And she was like, it smells like pot. And neither of us wanted to admit it, so we didn't. We just kept trying to bullshit it along. And his mom just started dying laughing. And she was like, I know you guys did. I don't know why you're trying to lie to me. It's very obvious. I can smell it all through the house. And both our hearts are racing. We think we're gonna get in so much trouble. Like, this is the end of the world for us. And, you know, she kind of just, she got off work, so I doubt she wanted to deal with it. So she just kind of put it in the back of her mind. And actually, I forgot. We got 2 pre-rolls, we got 2 puff bars, and we got an 1/8 of bud. And what actually encouraged us to try this is we found a bowl. That's right, we found a bowl under the bridge. Like not, it's obviously, you know, for the sticky icky. It wasn't like nothing weird. We weren't totally dumb. And so we found this and we cleaned it out. We spent like 2 days cleaning this thing out before we purchased the goods, because, you know, neither of us wanted to smoke off of something we had no idea where it had been. And so after we get done cleaning this off, you know, that's when it really hit us like, man, we could use this. So we go back outside after his mom finally is like, okay, I'm going to bed. And we go back outside and we grab the weed, and we're hitting this bowl, and Dave ends up greening out and falling asleep at the park. That's right, he fell asleep at the park. It was so funny. I was just in tears. And remember how when I said that he left, you know, the end of that pre-roll in his trash can? Yeah, well, his dog ate it and had to go to the hospital for it. It was such a crazy experience. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.